Coming up on CTV Sports, we sit down with Stephon Wynn again, find out why the shortest player on the team might also be the toughest.
Hillman finds out what it's like to be the captain of the second-ranked club baseball team in the nation.
And another earth-shattering dunk in this week's In Case You Missed It. This is CTV Sports.
Hello and welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Riley Adams.
And I am Ryan Greene. And Riley, guess what?
What?
It finally happened.
Finally.
The CSU men's basketball team is ranked in the top 25 for the first time since 1954. That's the year that Elvis saved up a whole $4 to record his first 2 songs ever. Well, anyways, needless to say, it's about time. The rankings came out today. The Associated Press and the Coaches Poll placed the Rams at 24. In the Associated Press poll, they received 125 votes this week, 75 more votes than they received last week, which was a season high of 49 votes. Now, Riley, again, long time coming. What do you think about us getting ranked at 24?
I honestly cannot wait to open the second half of the conference season. Going in nationally ranked, that is a huge feat for us, and it's so well deserved. I mean, we are playing so well. I mean, last season was amazing as well, and I think this team really deserves this.
Yeah, I mean, come national tournament, the ranking really doesn't mean much, but I think that having a number in front of our name means that we're actually getting national recognition for the first time in a long time. And we have the the 15th best RPI in the nation. We are the #1 rebounding team. I mean, 42 rebounds a game. That's nothing to laugh at.
Oh no.
And then of course, 26 home games, in a row. I mean, that is just impressive beyond all measure. And
absolutely.
I think it's awesome.
And I mean, even if the ranking doesn't mean much, it means a lot to this team. And I mean, that's a huge confidence boost going into this second half. I mean, second in the Mountain West, right behind New Mexico, and right in front of San Diego State. Yeah. I can't wait for things to come.
Well, huge boost for this Wednesday's game, which is going to be a huge game.
Absolutely. And speaking of this Wednesday's game versus SDSU, San Diego State University, will mark history, as this will be the first time 2 top 25 teams will be playing at Moby Arena. If we win over SDSU, it would be our 27th consecutive home win. Currently, we hold the 3rd longest consecutive home winning streak with 26 games behind South Dakota State, which has 28 wins, and Syracuse with 37 wins. And just in case that's not enough incentive for you to come out and cheer them on, this week's game will be an orange out, and the tickets are almost sold out. So go get your ticket and your orange shirt, and we will see you this Wednesday at Moby Arena.
Boy, I cannot wait to see Moby rocking on Wednesday. Anyways, last week we introduced you to a player from the men's basketball team, Stephon Wynn, but little did we know how inspirational his entire story was.
He may be the shortest player on the team, but don't ever question his amount of fight, especially considering the family he comes from. Although the basketball season is more than halfway over, Stephon Wynn's parents haven't been able to attend one game, but for good reason. Both of his parents are fighting overseas.
Well, my dad, he as right now, he just got promoted to Master Sergeant, I believe. And my mother, she used to be a truck driver, but now she's also been promoted to First Sergeant, I believe. And now she has soldiers that will go ahead and do the truck driving for her, and she just oversees everything and makes sure everything is going according to plan.
Although his parents are both in the military, it wasn't a hard decision for Stephon to not follow his parents' footsteps.
Yeah, just the schedule and how much stress they go through, I never would want to go through anything like that.
But he does use that military upbringing to his advantage on the court.
When the going gets tough, like you gotta keep going. You gotta push through tough times or whatever. And when I'm in practice, it doesn't hit me while I'm in practice because I'm so worried about what's the next drill, like are we gonna have to run, stuff like that. But afterwards, when I come home and I look back, and it's like all of it is worth it.
Stephon wishes his parents were here for games, but knows it's harder on them not being able to see him play.
My mom's like my #1 fan. Like, she's always been in every basketball game for me. Like, even in my senior year when my dad was deployed again, she made sure she made it to every single game, like a sweater with my name on it, my number, my jersey, or whatever.
The one thing his parents taught him that he will always remember is something he hopes to always bring to the court.
Be a leader, never a follower, always be a leader.
Unfortunately, Stephon's parents won't see any of his games in person this season, but Stephon hopes they'll be there next year to cheer him on.
It's time for Fan of the Week, where we find particularly passionate supporters and ask them why they love CSU sports. This week we found 2 fans at the women's basketball game worthy of the title. Here are Buzz Feldman and Leslie Murray.
much more exciting than the men's games. They're much better athletes. They are, and they work a lot harder. They need the support.
They need the support, yeah, and they're a lot of fun.
So I started doing this several years ago with my husband back in Las Vegas, actually, at the tournaments. And we just decided that our team needed a lot of loud and crazy.
All right, we're sorry for technical difficulties, got cut a little short,
Yes.
but great supporters we have here. Now coming up after the break, we have a sit-down Q&A with baseball captain Colton Duffy and an update on our new football players next season.
That's right. We also have weather reporter Annie Dumbauld with this week's weather. We will be right back.
Now the big guy comes up to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
The CSU Club baseball team is one of the best sports teams we have on campus. This team has serious hardware as 6-time NCBA national champions. Sports anchor Ryan Hillman sat down with senior captain Colton Duffy to find more about this upcoming season.
Welcome to City Park. I'm Ryan Hillman, joined with Rams shortstop Colton Duffy. Thanks for joining me, Colton.
Absolutely.
Good to see you. Colton, baseball season is off and running. The Rams kicked off the season in New Mexico last week. Went 1-3, not the best, but how was that in New Mexico?
You know, it wasn't bad. It was actually made me a little bit more optimistic for this season. We only had 5 practices going in, hadn't set foot on a baseball field yet, obviously due to the weather up here.
Right.
But you know, we did a lot of good things. We did a lot of things that I think we can build off of. And obviously it's, you know, the first 4 games out of 55, so we got plenty of time to build into where we want to be. So I think it was really a good start. I mean, record doesn't show that, but just the things we did on the field were clutch.
Plenty more games, shouldn't be worried. Senior season, what are you most looking forward to this season?
Man, this season's just washing that taste out of my mouth of losing the last game of the season last year to Utah State down at Nationals. That was definitely a tough one to go out, you know, that close to bring the national championship back here. But I mean, this year it's my last 55 games that I'll likely ever get to play, and so just relishing my last season and hopefully going out on top.
One last question. What would you like to say to the people of Fort Collins and Ram Nation about the season coming up?
I would just like to say, you know, hey, we got a beautiful facility out here in City Park. We'd love to have people out. We're trying to do some different things. We actually have a marketing intern trying to get some new promotion ideas and hopefully draw a bigger crowd out here at City Park and fill up the grandstands a little bit. So absolutely come on out, check out our website. You can just Google it and it'll pop up. So
cool. Well, Ram Nation, you've heard from shortstop, senior captain of the CSU Rams baseball team, Colton Duffy. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Ryan.
Well, Ryan Hillman at City Park.
The team is scheduled to play at Trinidad State Junior College February 16th and 17th. To watch the full Q&A with Colton and more information, go to our website, ctv11news.com.
National Signing Day went well for Rams football, but this week they continue to sign more players. Freshman offensive lineman from Ohio State, Joey O'Connor, will be transferring to play with the Rams. This 6'4" redshirt freshman from Windsor High School wanted to come play closer to home with a program that, in his words, had a good thing going on. He was redshirted after having knee surgery at Ohio and has been rehabilitating his knee ever since. According to O'Connor, he is ahead of his rehab schedule, and after sitting out next season due to NCAA transfer rules, he will be ready and healthy to play for the Rams in the fall of 2014. Riley, with all these additions after National Signing Day, how do you think the Rams football team is going to do next year?
You know, there's not a ton of space to go but up, so I'm very excited.
That's true.
24 new recruits. I mean, we have a potential quarterback,
Yeah.
a lot of running backs, wide receivers. That is definitely what we needed with the extra size. They're all over 6'2", and defensive linemen. I think this is really great for us.
Yeah, I mean, I went through all the highlights through all the players, and they look ready to play. A lot of championships won in high school with these players coming in, and I'm very excited that the Rams football team is going to be good once I've been graduated. That's the one disappointing
You can come
thing.
back and watch. I'm sure McElwain
I
will
will.
be doing great things.
Oh, yes. All right, well, we have Annie Dumbauld in the Weather Center with our weather update. Annie, what is it going to look like this week?
Thanks, guys. Coming out of our cold and snowy weekend, we saw a chilly 33 degrees today with light winds and snow, but there will be generally clear conditions overnight. Other parts of the state, however, saw temperatures in the single digits all the way up into the mid-30s in Grand Junction and 25 in Denver and also 37 in Pueblo. But lots of gusty winds coming off of the storm, which won't be staying this week. Overall, it will be much calmer with moderate temperatures in the 30s and 40s, but let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, we will see a sunny, breezy, and chilly afternoon with a high of about 40. Wednesday will be a high of almost 50 degrees and mostly sunny. Thursday will dip down into the high 30s for the afternoon. To start off our weekend, it will be nice in the 40s for Friday and Saturday, but we can expect a beautiful Sunday with a high of 52. Thanks for watching CTV Weather. I'm Annie Dumbauld. Have a great week.
All right, thanks, Annie. We'll be back after the break with our favorite segment, In Case You Missed It.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks a lot.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to CTV Sports, and it is now time for In Case You Missed It. Here's some of the wildest sports videos we found this week.
All right, Riley, our first video took place at the Colorado Mines men's basketball game. Let's take a look at this earth-shattering dunk. And not only did it shatter the earth, it shattered the entire backboard. Check out this guy with the dunk, and then just making it rain glass.
Look at that damage. I wonder how long that takes to repair that.
Below. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've always wondered what happens when they shatter the glass. They actually had to postpone the game for 4 days and had to play the game at the other school's arena because they didn't have a backboard.
Yeah, I can't imagine that backboard being ready anytime soon.
I wonder if he has to pay for it.
Oh, maybe. Well, after seeing our next video, I may never be able to go to a hockey game in peace again. And let's see why, Ryan.
Okay.
All right, so here's a minor league hockey team. Their mascot is the Condors, and coming out for the national anthem, bringing the mascot out.
Of course. I mean, the state, symbol is the bald eagle, but the condor is close second.
If this isn't the realistic version of an angry bird, I'm not really sure what is. And then he eats it on the ice, the bird handler.
Yeah, the bird handler is doing everything but handling the bird. This just doesn't make sense. And Riley, this is my favorite part. The condor totally gets loose and into the player's bench. The player's bench, they're missing teeth. They're hitting guys all around, and they're afraid of this big bird. This is just hilarious.
They're afraid of the claws and not the checks. I don't know what to tell you, Ryan. I might be afraid of that bird, too.
That's good. Riley, okay, so if you thought that video would prevent you from going to a hockey game, as a sports reporter, this video will definitely prevent you from going. Okay. Take a look at this game. It's between the Islanders and the Rangers. They're trying to clear the puck out, and the sports reporter, well, they just cleared it into his face.
Oh.
Gets hit right in the bridge of the nose, and look at this. He's bleeding.
Oh. What a tough reporter, and he finishes his announcement. He's still announcing the game at this point. That is dedication right there.
Yeah, the guy's a hockey reporter. Of course he's going to finish the story, but I definitely would have cried.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I would have said I can't take this one for the team.
Yes.
I'm sorry about it. Well, that is all the time we have for tonight. We will see you next week.
Yes, in the meantime, check us out online at CTV11news.com or follow us on Twitter. Riley, what is your Twitter handle?
I am Riley Adams CTV, and what's yours, Ryan?
I am Ryan Greene at CTV, yeah.
Well, check us out. We'll see you then.
All right.